Welcome back to SportsCenter LA. Neil and Ash. Let's check in on the neighbors, why don't we? The Lakers showing a little bit of life as of lately. They've won their last 2 games after losing their first 5. Okay, LeBron James hitting that jumper. All right, Lakers down 2. That's more like it. Later in the second, Jazz up 4. Mike Conley, Colin Sexton. There that man goes. The Jazz lead is now 7. Sexton had 15 points in the first half. A few possessions later, Jordan Clarkson, hey guys, remember me? This used to be my home, no longer. 13 points in the first half for Clarkson. And then Jared Vanderbilt in transition. Lauri Markkanen, former Arizona Wildcat, with the 3. Jazz up 15. Russell Westbrook drills it. Yes, he does. Lakers down 8. A few possessions later, they're down 6 now. Sexton with the turnover. Westbrook, Lonnie Walker, wide open. Where's everybody at? Throwing it down. LeBron likes what he sees, of course. Lakers still down. Westbrook attacking, hits the reverse. Man trying to do it all. Lakers cut the lead to 2. So here we go fighting in the fourth quarter. Jazz up 5. Kelly Olynyk to Markkanen, off the wing, drop it. Jazz up. And they continue to go up because Markkanen would find Conley just before the shot clock, drills it. All right, we got less than a minute and a half left. Who other than Jordan Clarkson showing off the handles, 0-0. There he goes, and a little bit of hang time for the exclamation point. The Jazz win 130-116. All right, New York, why don't we? 76ers, they started 1-4. They're starting to pick it up, winning 3 of their last 4. But James Harden, he suffered that right foot tendon strain. He's expected to be out a month. Joel Embiid out dealing with sickness, and Tyrese Maxey, he's like, I can step up, no problem. 27.6 assists through 3 quarters. All right, now we're in the fourth. Jalen Brunson off the screen, the layup, driving. The Knicks down 1, cutting away. Knicks possession. They're trying to prove, listen, we got some fight after that brutal blowout loss from the Hawks when they were up so much. Julius Randle to Obi Toppin, 3. Knicks with the first lead in the fourth quarter. After a Sixers turnover, Brunson, a little hezzy, and the and one. After a free throw, the Knicks take the lead, 196. 15 seconds to go. PJ Tucker, George Niang, contested, don't care. The Sixers are down 1. 8 seconds to go. Sixers down 2. Maxey, DeAnthony Melton, 3. Oh! Air ball, just a little left. All right, Maxey, 31 points as the Knicks win 106-104.
Hard to argue with Steve Kerr. I mean, his resume rings strong, but hard not to feel for the family of 4 who will pay around $500 to watch an NBA game in person. Average ticket price, $94 plus concessions, merchandise, parking. $500 is on the light side. But to see Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, I mean, that's entertainment. Then you get to the arena Friday in New Orleans, and the Warriors are sitting Curry and Thompson and Green and Wiggins, and yeah, they're banged up. But you'd like to turn your ticket in for a future game, but that's not how this works. It feels like sometimes something's amiss in the relationship between the game and its fans. Warriors coming off a loss Thursday in Orlando, currently 0-4 on a 5-game road trip. So there's a lot in play, but there's also that whole NBA It's Fantastic thing. Jordan Poole, the turnover, Jose Alvarado, Zion Williamson. The windmill isn't just at 10 tiny T's in Seaside. He had 16. The Pelicans were up 7 at the half. By the way, the Warriors will be back in New Orleans on November 21st, so you get another shot. James Wiseman to Poole. Poole drains the 3. It's a tie game. Alvarado, Brandon Ingram. Ingram to Trey Murphy. He's Trey Murphy the 3rd, so you got to hit a 3. Pelicans up 3. Time winding down in the 3rd. Ingram. If he was still in L.A., that'd be a West L.A. fadeaway. He had 26, 5, and 5. Pelicans by 9. Fourth quarter. Warriors down a 6-pack. Step back. Poole, 3 for 10 from 3. He led the Warriors with 20. But Larry Nance had 20 off the bench. And Sky Pilot. Pelicans, 114-105. Warriors, man, first reigning champion to start the season 0-6 on the road, and they're now dropped to 3-7 through their first 10. When he declined to get the COVID vaccination, New York City benched Kyrie Irving for much of last season. Allowed to play in his first home game in Brooklyn after 9 months away, fans made it clear from their applause that they forgave him. How forgiving will those same folks be when Irving returns from his much-publicized 5-day suspension, assuming he returns? Irving out after, in the opinion of the Nets front office, not apologizing properly for a social media post about an anti-Semitic documentary. The world's largest Jewish population outside of Israel, New York City.
Over the course of the last 5 to 6 days, the organization has made multiple attempts to get with Kyrie and his representation and have them clarify his feelings and, you know, put out a sense of remorse for this. And that obviously didn't happen, and he refused to disavow that until his tweet last night. So I think this was the best course of action. You would always hope that there's a change. There's a change in feelings, a change in attitude, and you know, I think per his apology last night, that's a step in the right direction. But again, as we've sort of stated, that actions speak louder than words, and so he's had some time, and there'll be some more time to reflect on this situation. I mean, it just sucks all around for everybody.
I ain't here to judge nobody or talk down on nobody for how they feel, their views, anything. I just didn't like anything that went on. I felt like it was all unnecessary. I felt like we could have just kept playing basketball and kept quiet as an organization. You know, I just don't like none of it.
A mess both off and on the court. The 2-6 Nets on the road. The Wizards no match for Kevin Durant and crew. By the way, Durant wears Nikes. That company suspending Irving on Friday, doing business with him. Step back, Bobby Jack, Durant over Porzingis, and then saying, hey, man, I'm Kevin Durant. 30 seconds left in the first. Nets already in charge. Durant, Daniel Gafford, slip sliding away. Durant asked afterwards, said, hey, man, it was more the floor. He slipped more than my move, but still, that was something else. Boom. Oh,
that's what they all say.
He did the splits. James Brown. Feel me now. All right, 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Durant's going to hit a 3 to end the half. 19 and 8 in the first half. 28, 11 assists, 9 boards for the game. This was all Nets. They were 14 of 28 from 3. Durant's going to hit another one. 1986, St. Patrick's Day, the Nets' biggest win at Washington, 28 points. Update that, whatever day Friday was, 42-point win. Wizards' largest home loss in franchise history. The Nets tied for their largest road win in franchise history, and they needed it. Let's bring in Nick Friedel. And Nick, you know, we're reading about this, we're hearing about it, but you're knee deep in it. What's it like covering the Nets right now? What's the vibe like?
Well, the vibe tonight, Neil, is fantastic. You and I have heard the cliche 1,000 times. The basketball court is my sanctuary. That it was tonight for the Brooklyn Nets. Jacques Vaughn, the interim coach, said he had a simple message for this group. And he said, we just have to focus on tonight's game. And, Neil, with all the stuff that's going on with Kyrie, the fact that Ben Simmons is hurt, Seth Curry didn't play, this team was very undermanned. But they still had Kevin Durant. And they just wanted to focus on basketball. So often with the Nets through the last year, things have nothing to do with basketball. And it's impacted their team on the floor. Tonight they just played, and they felt good about it. And I can't tell you how many more smiles I saw tonight on the bench compared to the last week and a half. It has been a miserable experience inside that organization day after day after day. This was a needed respite for the group.
How does Kyrie Irving fit back into this group if he eventually comes back?
I'm not sure right now, Neil, if he does. But if he does, Sean Marks, the Nets GM, made it very clear that he's got several more steps to take, aside from that apology we saw late Thursday night on Instagram. If he clears all those steps, maybe the Nets allow him back on the floor. But right now, that is very much in question, because the other thing we have to consider here is Kyrie's got to meet with Adam Silver. And, Neil, in talking to people in the league office, Kyrie never fully understood in the last week just how many people he upset with those social media posts. He didn't put that into consideration, and I am sure that Adam Silver is going to say, Kyrie, you need to understand the ramifications of your decision here. So there are so many different layers and there are so many different steps to take. And I think we're a long ways off from trying to put Kyrie back on the floor right now with this group.
Nets back on the floor at Charlotte Saturday. Nick Friedel with the latest.
All right, Houston.